Hey guys, Adam from Equipped and Dorm here with the E2E team. We got Mr. Joe Flowers over there.
Hello.
Mr. Bobby Plude. Madison Parker. We threw Chance Sanders in the back.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
You guys can see Ace, and then of course Mr. Robert Oliver right here. Plant fiber technology, both basic and advanced. We're going to get into that here and a little bit making some rope. Pass it on to Madison. He's going to give us a quick tip and trick in reference to making some cordage. Now in a previous video you showed how you basically gather this and process it for the first stage, and maybe you can take it away from there.
Right. Okay, what we got here is we got some, this is basically sapwood, the inner bark, or sapwood. You want to get real technical about it. Some people have call it cambium layer, and it can be called any of those three. I like to call it sapwood. Basically it's just plant fiber, guys, and not all trees are created equal, and not all trees have plant fiber. But what I want to do is get a few pieces of this. I've semi-processed this already, so I've got some stuff that's ready to be used. And the first thing I want to do is just do a quick demo on how to make a simple piece of cordage out of plant fiber, and I'll do this as quick and briefly as I possibly can because I want to move on, and I really want to share with you how to make a simple piece of cordage. Then I want to show you how to make a loop in a cordage for a snare. Okay, now first thing you want to do is you want to get your stuff fairly processed. So what I like to do is soften it. Okay, what I'm doing is processing this so it's making it easier to work with. It can be kind of stiff, so what you want to do is get it abraded. It's called abrading it. And I'm not breaking it, I'm just getting it to where it's soft, pliable, usable, functional. Okay, so I'm stripping it out. Now this is going to be a pretty good sized piece of cord here. I've got about 4 or 5 pieces. No, I'm sorry. I got about I got 3 main pieces, but of course it makes, and it fingers out into, you know, like lots and lots of pieces. The first thing I want to do is make a horseshoe here like this. I want to pinch that horseshoe. I want to take, it's almost like a north and south line. Okay, this would be my horizontal line, and this would be my north-south line. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is start twisting right here. I want to roll this like this. I want to roll this on my pants. Okay, so I've got this rolled out. See, now I've got tension right here on this first side. Now the key here is maintaining that tension while I go and take my attention off this side, because I've got this one done. Now I want to take my attention off that, hold that at the same time. I want to come back over here. I want to do the same on this side. Okay, this is a technique that you're going to see in the jungle of South America, down in the Amazon. This is their technique. Possibly in Borneo, maybe even in New Guinea or something like that. Okay, now what I'm doing now is starting to twist off, and now you see I've got a piece of cord to start. Now with this, because it's so long, I don't have to worry about adding fiber to this. I'll just keep working. Now this is not going to be a piece of cord, this is going to be a bona fide piece of rope, because I got so much product. But of course, the more product you use, the bigger your cord's going to be. See, now once you get the technique, you start getting that twist down. So I do it, coming back here, spin that off,
Out.
spin that off,
Go
spin
back
that
up.
off. And then now you're talking, you've got in what, a matter of what, 1 minute, I've got 1.5 foot of bona fide cording, and I'm very certain that there's nobody here that could break that. Okay, so that's just a quick technique of making a piece of cord out of tulip, poplar, sapwood. Okay, that's all this is, sapwood. Okay, now what I want to do next is, what I'll do is go ahead and just undo this. I want to start over, and I was really wanting to teach. I was talking to Bobby, my support guy, helping me. You know, we were bouncing ideas off each other a couple of nights ago, and I had told him that I had wanted to share with him how to make a loop for a snare for a primitive trap. So if you don't have wire, okay, first off, in primitive trapping, your first go-to piece would be a piece of wire. Agreed? Wire is always going to be your best snare. If you don't have wire, 550 is going to be your next go-to piece, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, 550 is your next best choice. If you don't have either one of those, you got plant fiber, that would be your third choice, but not a bad choice at all. Now, what you want to do here, of course, you got to take this, fold it like this. You want to soften it, so that way you can work with it, because stuff gets really kind of stiff, and you know, it gets like it's got starch in it or something. So you want to soften that up so it'll be functional and usable. So then I come back here and open it up. Okay, what I want to do here, if the camera can see me, I want to get about 4 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good enough. I want to take some of that out. I know it looks like a tangled mass of you know what, but actually we do have a reason and a purpose here.
There's a method in the madness.
Yeah, there is. Okay, now what I've got is, let me get one more piece here for this side. What I've got here now is about 3 pieces on each side. Now it looks like more, but I've got, okay, I got 2 runners, okay? See, like this, like railroad tracks on the highway, right?
Exactly.
Okay. The first thing I want to do is take this and just simply cross it like that. Pinch it. Now, in this case, I'm going to do the exact same technique here that I did with the other, except I'm not going to spin it on my leg. I'm going to spin it with my fingers. Now watch me close. I want to spin here and hold it. Spin this, spin this, spin this like this and hold it. And each time I spin it, I go back a little bit more. So now I've got it here. Okay? Now I've got that and I've got tension in it. So now I can come back over here and get all this. It's kind of long, so it's hard to work with. Pull that off my... There you go. Thank you. Sometimes long is like what you want, but other times, you know, long can be cumbersome also. Let's see where I'm at. Okay. Okay, now I'm starting to get it. It's just so long. I'm not used to working with it so long.
You're so lucky to get it.
Okay.
Wonderful material.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm doing the same thing to this other side. Remember I showed you the horizontal line and then the north-south line, or the vertical line? Now I've done the same thing, but I've just twisted my fingers. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to twist this off. I'm going to go a little bit more, put a little bit more tension on this side, a little more tension on this side, and twist that down. Okay, now, right here is where we make our transition. Everybody can see that I've got cordage. Okay. I've got 2 pieces connected together by twisting. The first thing I want to do, now I'm making a snare loop for a snare for trapping a rabbit or a squirrel or something like that. Okay, I want to take my right hand and loop it over to the left. I want to make sure I'm real tight here. Let's go that one more time. Okay, I'm going to take this right hand and I'm going to loop it over my left. So now I got a loop. Everybody see the loop? Mm-hmm. I'm going to change hands. I'm going to take this loop and pinch it. Now what I got to do is identify tops and bottoms. So what I have, if the camera can see me, I have 2 bottom pieces. This is my bottom. These are my 2 top pieces. In other words, I just flipped it and laid it like that. This is the top piece here, and this is the bottom piece here. So this is my bottoms, and this is my tops. I'm going to take one of the tops, and it doesn't matter which, and one of my bottoms, and I want to marry them up by doing this right here. Come over here. Chance, I taught you this technique.
Yes.
Okay. So we twist this, and I married one top to one bottom, and I twist just like I was everything else. Now, all the other cordage I did.
Similar to making a bowstring.
Right. Exactly.
Flemish bowstring.
Exact same technique. Okay. Now I've got one bottom left and one top left. I want to take these over here and marry them up. Well, at the same time holding on to that I want to twist these together. Okay, and get my tension, and see as I twist what I'm doing here, I'm holding this so it doesn't unravel. So I twist this and I'm holding there, come back. Now I got the two, I've got what I want. I want to make sure I get a good apex before I start my spin it right down my leg, and now what I have is the start of a,
You built the pass-through loop.
exactly. Now I have the loop to go once. Now see, this is the shank of the cord that's going to go all the way down here, and then as I continue to make a longer piece, the end piece is going to go through here, and then I have a bona fide loop for a snare for a rabbit or a squirrel or a possum. And you know, a lot of people are just going to tie a knot. Well, a knot's good, but that's for quite frankly, it's elementary. It's junk. It's what kids do that don't know how to do it. This is what a bona fide trapper is going to do. Okay, this is a real trapper's technology. This will save your ass for catching stuff. If you try and make a loop and tie a knot in it, it's going to hang up. Bobby is probably more adept at trapping than I am, and I know a lot about traps, but Bobby knows he's probably forgotten more than I'll ever know. But nevertheless, the key here is what I mean is he understands that if you just take a single piece of cord like what Adam's working on and do this and tie a knot right there, trust me, that will hang up your snare every time. You're not going to catch a rabbit with that technique.
Now, Madison, I know with regular cordage, if you tie a knot, it's always weaker where you tie a knot.
Always.
Does the same
Yes,
thing with plant
exactly,
fiber?
Yes. Yeah, even more so. Plant fiber is really subject to have it. When you have a knot in it, you're really degrading the strength and power of that piece.
Sometimes it's like 50%.
Okay, so, yeah, that's right. Exactly right. So you're not only are you retarding the ability for the snare to close, you're also reducing the strength and power, the integrity of the cord itself. Okay, so you got two problems there. Tying the knots is just not a way to go. It's what amateurs do, and here we're not amateurs, we're pros, and this is what we do.
Would you say it would be better with a twitch up or like a balance beam that actually holds tension on the animal, or would you put it in like a position where the animal goes through there and actually there's nothing but just to hold them there, because so that you got a twitch up, you got a holding snare, and then you got a crushing. Right. So you wouldn't want to use that for a holding snare.
Right. This is not your best holding snare. Good question. Very good question. Like yesterday, we were showing you the yoke out.
Right.
Now, in this case, the yoke out allows the snare to be pulled tight, and the weight of the spring pole or the twitch up pole is constantly keeping tension on the snare. So that's your locking mechanism right there, okay?
Right.
Your locking mechanism is in the tree that's holding it back,
Right.
plus the two pieces of wood that are stopping him, and he's right here.
Right.
But if you needed a locking mechanism, this might not be your best technique right here. Okay, this is not going to lock on you unless you keep tension on that.
Right.
Now, sometimes the animal's going to fight hard enough to lock it himself and keep it locked.
Right.
But if he happens to make a move toward and get slack in your cord, then you can get in trouble and losing there. Okay. So this is not, like your conventional snares where you got a washer that's bent, 2 holes to it, and man, the more he pulls, the tighter it gets. You don't need any help. He's done. There is no hope for him. But in this case, you got to be very thinking outside the box, and you need that type of twitch-up snare where when it snatches, it's like setting a hook in a shark or something like that.
Right.
You set that hook, but the thing is, you constantly, because the tree is being pulled upward, it's naturally wanting to straighten up,
Right.
and the bar is holding him, it's keeping that lock in.
Right.
So that's the type of set you
now
want
that
to use on
I
this.
see this, the way that you've done this, is there a way that you can make that loop bigger so that when you set up like that trap that you showed me,
Oh yeah.
and so now you have
Just the loop itself.
yeah,
is
and
the
you have
snare.
just the loop,
Right.
and you can put it through there,
Right.
and
Right. Exactly.
I mean that would work.
Oh
really
yes,
good.
sir. It wouldn't be hard to make this loop, as big as a basketball.
Wow.
Easily done. It's just you just need more product.
Now,
more plant fiber. That's
Madison, I know with regular wire snares, a lot of time it's almost overkill because the poundage of the wire is a lot greater than what the animal you're going to be finding. What size animal could you snare with
Good
this?
question, really good question. Now, keep in mind, wire's your best, stronger, more intense. It's a higher concentration of tensile strength is, I think, the term we want to use, tensile strength here. Tensile strength for this right here, a big rabbit. Squirrels are pretty feisty. You can get a medium-sized squirrel that might fight hard enough, because rabbits aren't near as fighter, and they don't have that fighter instinct that a squirrel will fight. A rabbit is not going to fight you. Now, he's going to buck and he's going to jump and he's going to snatch and pull, but he's not going to really fight like a squirrel would. So it really depends on the size of the animal. And keep in mind too, when you're using wire and you got your snare down there on the creek, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it the next morning. If I'm using this right here for my snare and I'm really having to live off the land, I'm going to sleep as close to that snare as I possibly can without violating the area where I'm making my set. Why? Because if it happens to catch him in the shoulder and the neck and it's holding him, but that squirrel or rabbit, he ain't going to take him long before he's going to chew through this.
But
now, he's not going to chew through the wire.
Might be the time you need to get over there real quick if you're close
That's
by.
why it's important to sleep near your set when you're using natural fiber, because they can chew through this real quick. It won't take long.
And you'll hear them.
Yeah, you'll hear them. You're going to hear them snatching, bucking, creating havoc. In fact, you can make it to where they can hear even more if you put things around there where maybe set up a stand of sticks where he runs into them, dry sticks falling down.
Rattle trap type.
Yep. Bee. Anyway.
Ace, kill the bee.
Yeah, you got to think about things like that. Natural fiber is never going to be as good as wire. 550 is not going to be as good as wire. And natural fiber is never going to be as good as 550. But we don't, in the best world, we don't always have wire or 550, and
right.
this is in lieu of that.
Yeah.
It's a great technique. It's a great skill.
I like that. Thank you very much for showing that to me.
Thank you for watching, and I hope that you out there that are watching also have some inspiration in what we're doing here. We really love sharing our skills here. We're all involved in this thing. We are equipped to endure, and we look forward to hearing from you. Give us an email, give us a call on the phone. We're always available. You can't get me, you can get Adam. You can't get Adam, you get Bobby. You can't get Bobby, you can get Robbie. You can't get Robbie, you can get Chance or Joe over here.
Joe never picks up his phone.
Joe never answers the phone. Sorry about that. Anyway, we are available for you and for any of your wilderness fieldcraft skills needs. If you're not always prepared, you're never prepared.